We finally just got some big new leaks about Pokemon Generation 5 remakes. Now, I've been wanting Unova remakes forever. I know the fans have been wanting them as well, or at least just something to do with Generation 5 as a whole. And typically every single brand new generation, we do get a remake of some kind. But what is interesting is we did just talk about all of the upcoming Pokemon games that were just leaked, like the brand new updated list / the most recent list of the current slated games for the future of Pokemon. And we have a big piece of information specifically with those Unova remakes. And before we hop right into it, I'm trying to reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers. If you guys don't mind dropping a like, subscribing to the channel, hyping up the video if you don't mind. Alright, let's hop right into it today. So Centro did say notably no Unova remakes are currently in development. Also, Generation 11 was originally planned for a release in 2030, but obviously after Winter Wave's multiple delays, now that plan is out the window. So before you guys say this is actually bad news, because obviously I do want my Generation 5 remake, we actually have something to redeem this, because we do also have another project called Project Karasu, which apparently is going to be a Legends game. We knew that Legends Galar was supposed to happen, but as of right now, we're not exactly sure what the next Legend game will specifically be. We just know that Project Karasu is a Legends game, so I think it's very, very possible that the Project Karasu game could potentially be a Unova game, especially if we're not getting just like a regular remake during this generation of Pokemon, with Generation 10 Winds and Waves, because we also are apparently going to get an MMO, which should feature all of the Japanese regions from Pokemon, so that could compensate for us not getting some sort of Johto game. Galar region is relatively new as far as, all the generations of Pokemon, so that's why I feel like a Unova Legends game would fit perfectly in the next couple of years of Pokemon games, especially for the Switch 2, because I definitely think that would be a big hit for them. And let's just say if we do end up getting some sort of Generation 5 Legends game, I do think that we will get regular Generation 5 remakes, most likely during the Generation 11 life cycle, which I know is insane to think, but also plans can always change. They could always change their minds and give us some sort of brand new remake. We just know that the remakes recently have been kind of hated on by the fans, specifically with Generation 4 remakes.
I honestly feel like most of the community would probably pick Unova for the next Legends game if they had a choice. I mean, people do love Galar, and people, of course, love the Johto region, but I mean, come on, Unova just has so much lore, so many cool characters, all that kind of stuff. I think it would make for an absolutely perfect Legends game. So if you ask me, just going off my opinion, I think Unova is definitely the best choice for a Legends game, and I honestly would say that most of the community would probably agree with me. I think most people want to see stuff like the original dragon in this game. I've mentioned the original dragon so many times on streams, in videos on this topic, stuff like that, but if you guys don't know, I feel like I've said this 100 times, but the original dragon is actually a Pokemon that does exist. We just haven't seen it officially revealed yet, but they mention it so many times in Pokemon Black and White. If you guys don't know, the original dragon was Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem all kind of meshed into one, so like, or even picture of both Kyurems kind of merged into one. Apparently that's what the original dragon is, so that Pokemon, I mean, you guys already know, would be just insanely strong, and I wonder what the typing on that Pokemon would look like if it was a dragon ice type. Maybe this could even be like the first ever 3-type Pokemon where it's a dragon, fire, and electric type. I honestly have no idea. That would be insane. I feel like that's probably not going to happen, but bottom line is there is a ton of stuff they could do with this Pokemon. I also think it'd be cool if we got to see N's ancestor, maybe, some other trainer or something like that who had the ability to speak to Pokemon, kind of like how N has. That would be pretty cool. I know we briefly found out kind of why N has that ability in Pokemon Black and White, but I mean, I don't think it'd be impossible that maybe he had some kind of ancestor in the past who had a similar ability, and maybe that's where he got it from. I'm just kind of coming up with stuff here, but either way, I'm sure you guys can see the potential for a Pokemon Legends game that took place in Unova, so hopefully we do see that game as Project Karasu. That would just be insane, and I would be all for it. You guys know me, I love Unova.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Check out Jzard in the description down below. Top him reach his goal of 30k subs. He is so close. If you are real and watching this far in the video, let me know a Legends game you would love to see. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!